Hello, my name is Hayden Tam and I will be taking you through my technical proposal. So first up, what is the purpose of this technical proposal? Well, the Brisbane Ekka has asked me to implement a real or virtual carnival game to attract more tourists. The game must store user data, have an attractive user interface, and be suitable for kids and adults. It will be developed through visualbasic.net, which I will go through in more detail in a bit. My proposed game is called Target Practice. In short, it is a virtual minigame that uses click and hold functions to shoot down stuffed animals and stuff. There is a level up mechanic based on how many plushies that the user has collected. This leads to more guns and future perks. Target Practice will act as a tourist attraction for the Ekka, while also giving attention to other attractions. How? Well, players will get a code from the Ekka that will allow them to download the game on their phones or mobile devices. Every attraction will have a QR code that is compatible with the app. When the QR code is scanned and matches, the player will receive 2 shots. These shots can be used to get more plushies. The more attractions they go to, the more of a chance they have for a 1 in 8 gamble of getting a rare plushie that they can redeem at the nearest store. They will also level up for all the plushies they have collected, eventually visiting all attractions and reaching max level. Once they have reached this level, they will be rewarded with a small plushie that rewards them for playing the game. Visual Basic or Visual Studio will be the main tool I used to code this game. I used visualbasic.net tutorials to figure out the basic fundamentals of the coding software. The main tools that will be used are text boxes, data set tables, images, boxes, and buttons. I made a mind map of the task to break down and construct what I need to do to create an effective game. The map is split into 3 components: non-functional, functional, and constraints. The non-functional components cover social and environmental purposes, which are to have an enjoyable experience while playing the game and become a popular international attraction, and the hazard of potentially promoting gun violence. Functional components cover the user interface, which is the visual appeal of the program, having different interfaces to interact with and have a friendly and attractive atmosphere. It also includes the coding modules for the game, which are the algorithms involved in coding, weapon choices, whether they get a prize or not, and the click and hold function. The very last one, constraints, includes the user and developer environment. This includes the limited amount of times and tools allowed and the lack of knowledge to go any further with the prototype. The prescribed and self-determined criteria. The game must have personal, social, and economical impacts, have a user interface prototype, and be accurate and efficient with the programming, and have low fidelity. Oh my gosh. Some goals I've set for my game include having a financial benefit, efficient use of data types, and appealing features that act as an effective tourist attraction. The user story. The target audience for this game is around 13 and above. This was based off the found statistics on the age group for the Ekka collected in 2017. How is this game appealing? The game has all the fundamental tools that allow it to flourish in business and attract attention. This includes a level up system, collective data plushies, valuable collectibles, special plushies, guns and weapons, adorable plushies, distinguished user interface. The game is portable and app-based and is easy to pick up. It also promotes people to walk around to see every attraction that the Ekka provides. Existing solutions. This is a physical alternative found on Google Images. It seems to follow the same principles of the game, which is shoot a target and win a prize. However, the game does not store user data, doesn't incorporate data tables or storage, and doesn't allow for leveling. My game, Target Practice, will incorporate data tables and storage through all the plushies won. It will include a leveling system that allows you to progress to give a sense of achievement. It can be played anywhere as it is a virtual game and can be modified. The game introduces a new hold and release function. Data story. Some background on the data for the Echo has an average. Oh, some background data on the Echo is that it has an average of 40,000 people a year. Their rides, show bags, and carnival games make up 26% of visitors' daily spend. The commercial or carnival games cost up to 10 million, and they are either educational or strictly for entertainment. This is a graph depicting the gender and age of participants. The prime age group is 22 to 34 and is dominated by the male population. Data collected by the software includes user names and locations. This is to avoid exploitation and identify every user. Amount of plushies obtained to keep care of levels. And finally, a suggestions tab. This will allow the game to continue and develop with the community. The properties of a gun. This is how the gun, bullet, and plushie will work together. The terminal velocity formula will be used to determine the strength of a bullet and its drop-off. The formula can be seen on the right. The game uses a click and hold function. So when the user holds down their finger, a bar will appear indicating the strength of the shot. The power ranges from 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest and 1 being the weakest. The proposed solutions. Specifically, the user interface for the solution. The idea and user interface originated off the kid-friendly anime Aki Kochi. This is modified concept from that example made from this right here is a modified concept from that example made from using the CARP principles. The more options button that is open on the side, slightly on an angle, ready and poking out, give a little clear indication that it leads to more options. The amount of plushies collected displayed clearly on the top left of the screen, held by a wooden panel. This creates repetition of the wooden signs and uses contrast with the background. The contrasting animals in background, the light tone against the dark background, brings out the cute and adorable plushies forward. This also uses repetition, making the objects that are meant to be shot clear. The red crosshair to indicate that the user is going where the user is going to shoot. This also creates contrast with the background and the marker. The rifle to indicate what gun the user is using. This varies between what level the user is and the user can alternate between the guns available. The power bar is a clear indication of how much power is going to be shot. This appears when the user uses a click and hold function. The yellow lightning bolt indicates the power, and the yellow gradient bar from dark to light is the range. Alignment between the wooden beams allows for clear structure between the plushies and the background and the assortment of them. The proximity about this is that the screen isn't clustered with objects and has blank spaces to create balance. It also keeps the same fonts and sizes for headings. Modified concepts. The game has yet to be finalized, and when it has been, it will include a title screen, gun selection screen, and in addition to this, a map of the Eka and the locations they have already visited. Algorithms. This is split into two sections, pseudocode and IPO chart. I will only be explaining what the program does. This data here collects information from the user and all the plushies. All the variables have been declared and are either set to a user input or components for the plushies. This data here shows how the total amount of plushies is calculated. So the plushies underscore value creates a random number from 1 to 10. If the number is greater than 8, it will create a special plushie. If it's lower, then it will create a normal one. This is repeated until the total amount of plushies is equal to 8. To get the username and user suggestions, the game will display add your favorite gun to the game or what's your name, and it will get a user input. Moving on. The gun properties and the click and hold function here. The gun properties and click and hold function. Here we are declaring the variables. The variable formula is a preset variable that has the terminal velocity formula set. So if the user taps the screen, then a hit bar will appear. The bar will go up and down using a loop. Once the user lets go and the tap ends, the formula will use the hit bar to determine where the shot is going. The user touch input or where the user is holding will determine whether the plushie is destroyed or not. The level up function. Declaring the variables here and for all the guns that will be implemented in the game. So if a plushie is collected, then the user will level up depending on the requirement. The game will automatically destroy your current gun and switch it to an upgraded one. Once you have reached max level, the game will display "Congratulations, you win. Redeem your prize at the Echo store located at the set location." This also applies to when the user finds a special plushie. QR code scanning. These are the variables. The preset QR code variable is preset with the exclusive Echo QR codes that are found at the attractions. So when the user has clicked the scanned QR code, it will bring out the camera, asking for access first, obviously. Then if the camera identifies the QR code and it matches with the preset QR codes, then it will give the user 2 shots and display the total amount of shots they have. In conclusion, Target Practice has met all the prescribed and self-determined criteria effectively. The app is a great tourist attraction as it has all the fundamental physiques of a popular game in 2019, a progressive level up function, guns, cute things, and walking around to redeem stuff. Not only is it fun, but it'll also get the tourists to visit new areas, and acts as a portable map. Thank you for listening.